Welcome to every NBA team's top 3 trade deadline targets here on the Basketball Zone YouTube channel. I'm your host, Leo Biaz. Super excited to be here. I know I haven't done these in a while, but let's get to it, shall we? We'll be going over every single one from Bleacher Report. This article came out today, so let's see how accurate or inaccurate Bleacher Report is. But before we get to that, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. We got a dope DeJounte Murray video coming out probably on Friday, so stay tuned for that. Lots of work has gone into that video. It's a nice little film session on Murray's really historic season for the San Antonio Spurs, so stay tuned for that. And of course, always share the content. It helps us out a lot, man. So without further ado, let's get to it. Here we go. Every NBA team's top 3 trade deadline targets. And this is written by Greg Schwartz. Again today, talking about, so it breaks it down pretty much in 3 categories: dream target, realistic target, sneaky target. I'll give you guys my best opinion, my best educated opinion on whether or not these are cap or not, right? Whether or not these are realistic or not, and whether or not some of these are just stupid, because we always have those. And again, it's mainly for click purposes. You got to make, ratings, views, clicks, whatever you want to call it, attention, right? All attention is good attention, is what we've learned. And the deadline is February 10th. So it's going by alphabetical order. The Atlanta Hawks is first. Dream trade, Ben Simmons. Realistic trade, Marcus Smart. Sneaky target, Gary Harris. Okay, so Ben Simmons as a dream trade, dream target. I think so. He would instantly elevate that team to new heights. They're coming off the Eastern Conference Finals, so this could be a nice pickup if they can land it. Don't know what they would have to do, right? But that would be scary because Trae Young, Ben Simmons is a matchup nightmare, a amazing duo, especially on paper. Obviously, we would have to see what or how it would end up, but just on paper, I mean, it's just a perfect fit, right? Because teams are gonna hard hedge Trae Young because of his ability to shoot and stretch the floor. And if you put Ben Simmons on the 4 and 3 in the half court offense, he's just going to be a menace to any defense. Same with Steph Curry, same with Damian Lillard. That's why these types of guys are such good fits with a guy like Ben Simmons, who is really a Draymond Green on steroids when it comes to playmaking in the half court. It's a no-brainer. A realistic trade target is Marcus Smart. The realistic, I don't think realistic is the right word there, but I don't see what they give up for Marcus Smart. It'll be interesting to see because they could be interested, but the fact of the matter is, I think the Celtics need to get something that they really want, and I don't know if they have that. The Celtics want a center, right? They're not giving up Clint Capella, so why would they want to give up on Marcus Smart, who is their best? Well, hard to say now, right? But let's say he's their best defender. Definitely the guy that's the most outspoken on that team. And he just signed a 4-year, $77 million extension back in August. So it's hard to say that he's realistic. I'm not buying that. Sneaky target, Gary Harris. That I think is very doable for the Orlando Magic. Harris has quietly come back to form as a 3-and-D wing in Orlando, with the 27-year-old averaging 11.5 points, 2 boards, 2 assists on 35.6% from 3. He's solid. That's to me, that's realistic, not necessarily sneaky Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What's up, Tom? What is actually going to happen? Embiid is never going to leave Philly. All right. Boston Celtics. Dream target, John Collins. Okay, so is it more of a Marcus Smart for a John Collins type of package? Potentially. I don't know how that helps Atlanta. Again, if I'm Atlanta, I would prefer to go after a guy like Ben Simmons, which again, that's the dream target. Realistic target, Eric Gordon from the Houston Rockets. That's very realistic. I can definitely see that from the Celtics. And then Ben Mclemore. Ben Mclemore? What the? Okay. Ben Mclemore is a name now. No disrespect to Ben. I think he's a phenomenal human being, by the way. But right now, on $2.4 million expiring deal, he's hitting 39% from threes. While he's not much of a defender or playmaker, even his shooting could make a big difference for this one-dimensional offense of the Boston Celtics. If you guys watch Celtics games, it's a lot of my turn, his turn type of thing with Tatum and with Jaylen Brown. So, yeah, I guess more guys that can stretch the floor. But I'm not buying it. I just feel like Ben doesn't make the shots when he needs to make the shots. And I've seen too many years of him here in Sacramento. The Brooklyn Nets, dream target, Jacob. Realistic, Finney Smith, not happening. There's no way that they give up on Finney Smith because Dorian fits very well with Luka Doncic, and then sneaky trade Mike Muscala. Yeah, I guess they need more guys that can stretch the floor, who have some size to them. So Mike is that guy. I think. How do you enunciate his name? Right, I'm kind of stuck, but. He's solid though, right? Like he's solid. I don't know much more. I don't have anything much more to say, but I think that'd be a great fit for the Brooklyn Nets. Honestly, he's making $8.7 million, but they have a 11.5 trade exception. So yeah, whether or not the Spurs want to make that happen, I just don't know if that trade exception is enough, right? We got an overtime game right now on ESPN. We got the Jayhawks against Texas Tech, 75-0. They were about 13 points right now. That is nuts. Wow. Talk about craziness, Daniel. Okay. So that is that. The Charlotte Hornets, Subday. Dream target, Miles Turner. Okay, they've been saying this for a while. Realistic, Nerlens Noel. Sneaky target, Robin Lopez. If I'm them, I would add Rashawn Holmes to that list. That, to me, could be doable if they're willing to give up the right pieces for him. That's an upgrade on so many levels. I know they like Miles Turner, but Rashawn Holmes is just as valuable, man, on so many levels, especially in the playoffs when you need to go small and you need a switchable center who can actually guard perimeter offensive players, especially in the bind when things get very tight. And on top of that, when you're one of the league leaders in field goal percentage because you have a nice little push shot, that's a win in my book. And if you add that with a guy like LaMelo Ball, who's going to make him even better, especially in the pick and roll, my gosh, that's just that to me is a much better fit than Miles Turner on so many levels. Noel could be another guy. He's realistic. I don't know if the Knicks going to give him up. I know he's been banged up, but And then sneaky target, Robin Lopez, that's very doable. I think that's probably what ends up happening, unless they do give up. Well, the Pacers say they want 2 picks, but that's not happening. They might get 1 first-round pick, but they're not getting 2. They're not getting 2. Let's move on to the Bulls. Dream target, Jeremy Grant. Realistic, Larry Nance. Sneaky, Nicholas Batum. I like all of these. I truly do. Another name you can add is Harrison Barnes to that. Harrison would probably be the most expensive because the Kings are going to want a little bit more than Jeremy Grant or Larry Nance. Larry Nance could be a nice guy off the bench for them. Portland is probably not going to do much. Especially with so much uncertainty with Damian Lillard with that abdominal. And then Nicholas Batum, he is the glue guy for that Clipper team. I don't know if they get rid of him. This year is a wash for them, especially with no Kawhi Leonard and no Paul George anymore. So these would be really nice pickups. Jeremy Grant, how much is it going to cost him is the question. Wow, Texas Tech 80-77. That is nuts. That is nuts. You had value if you took them. Okay, so the Cavaliers, here we go. Brandon Ingram, that is a dream. That would be nice. That would be real nice, especially with what they got with what they got going, man. Karis LeVert, I like that. And Goran Dragic, I love that. Oh my gosh. This team needs that. I know they got Rondo, but if you know me, I'm not a big Rondo fan. Goran Dragic fills so many needs for that team. That's a sneaky target. I'm making that happen because this team's a playoff team. The Cavaliers, by all means necessary, they are a playoff team. They are very good. They have size, defensive versatility. No young bull no more, but Darius Garland is playing at an all-star level. He's having a very he's really good. And if you had a guy like Goran Dragic to the mix, that could make things very interesting, especially coming off your bench. Karis LeVert, I like the scoring versatility there as well, the size. And Ingram is just the perfect fit there, right? You put the scoring there with some of that playmaking as a secondary playmaker. Man, the Cavs are in a good and interesting decision. Do they speed up the process is the real question here, because it's going to take some assets to get a guy like Brandon Ingram. Let's see. Dallas Mavericks. Dream target, Christian Wood. He would be a phenomenal fit with a guy like Luka Doncic, without question. Buddy Hield, interesting. And Kemba Walker. What are they willing to give up for Buddy Hield? Buddy's been a guy that, lives in the offseason in Dallas, has his home there, loves the area, would love to play with Luka Doncic. What are they willing to give up? Because he's not coming in cheap. Roughly about 22 to 23 mil per season. So what are they willing to give up is the real question. Can they land a guy like Christian Wood and Buddy Hield and make things very interesting in the Western Conference? That is the real question. Kemba Walker, not interested if I'm the Mavericks. I think he's pretty much done on so many levels. He's just not the same player. A lot of injuries. He's a nice backup, but sneaky target, I guess, for what it's worth, but I'm not doing that. No way. Buddy Hield, Christian Wood, those are some. Those would be great upgrades for the Dallas Mavericks. Let's see what they got to say about that. Hield is the third in NBA in 3-point makes per game. Could be shooting guard or 6-man. His salary decreases, blah, blah, blah. Yep. That's a great fit. The Denver Nuggets. Dream target, Derek White. No question about it. He's just a hell of a player. If you watch Spurs games, which I've kind of have because I have to do this breakdown on DeJounte, he would be a dream scenario type of player because he is a Denver Nugget on so many levels. I mean, he's a Spur on so many levels too, but I just feel like the Spurs are going through a different phase right now, and they could get some assets out of it, but this would be a great, great upgrade for the Nuggets. Realistic trade, Robin Lopez, don't love it. Dennis Schroeder for the Boston. Dennis on this team would make a lot of sense as well. I was wondering why that didn't work out in the offseason, why he should have chosen the Nuggets instead, but who knows? I mean, he's on a expiring deal, right? So 5.9, that could be good. That could be good for them. The Detroit Pistons, Mo Bamba. I think that's gonna happen. It's only a matter of time. Mo Bamba is happening. Andrew says Denver should make a trade for Simmons. That would be crazy. That would be nuts. That would be nice. That would be nice. Denver, what does it say? Dream trade, Mo Bamba. Yeah, I truly believe it's going to happen. Realistic trade, Patrick Williams. That's interesting. Especially because he's not going to play this year. Or I don't remember how long Patrick Williams is gone, but who knows. Kyle Kuzma. Interesting. What are they willing to give up for Kyle Kuzma? Kuzma has been a pleasant surprise of the Wizards season, showing more of a complete game. He's averaging 15-7. Playbook, energy native, business should. Interesting. I wonder what they would want to give up for him. So Patrick Williams would be a Jeremy Grant type of deal. The 6'7" forward won't return 21 to August. Yeah, I think that's a move that the Pistons make for Patrick Williams. Talent, if Jeremy Grant isn't part of your future, I'm making a move now because Patrick Williams is nice. Like, he showed a lot of promise with the Bulls when he was healthy. The Golden State Warriors. Dream target, Kenrich Williams. That's interesting. To me, a dream target would be Rashawn Holmes. I've said that in the past, but Rashawn Holmes would be the perfect center for the Golden State Warriors. Switchable, great in the pick and roll. He creates his own gravity with that push shot. Man, talk about a perfect fit. And for him not to be in here, that is ridiculous. Mike Muscala and Marcus Smart. You see, with Mike, I have Yalita there. That doesn't do much for me, honestly. So, no, I call cap. And then with Marcus Smart, obviously, that's just a great fit. You put him into that culture, and yeah. Marcus Smart and Gary Payton off your bench. Oof. Talk about defense and just peskiness. Being a ball hawk. Yeah. That's what I would do, though. Like, if I'm the Warriors, I'm going after Rashawn Holmes. If I have to give up one of my first-round picks, I'm doing that. Houston Rockets, Ben Simmons. I know a lot of Rockets fans don't want to see that. That would be an ideal fit. Ben Simmons just makes a lot of sense for a lot of teams, man. He would speed up the process in Houston, without question. Derek White as realistic. I don't know if that's realistic or not. I call a cap on that, but that'd be a good fit as well. Sneaky target, Rui Chimura. Yeah. That's pretty sneaky. I haven't thought about Rui in a while. Maybe because he's been injured. But John Wall, is he going to play? So many question marks there. The Sixers don't want Christian Wood back as a primary centerpiece, and it would be a 3-year deal. Yeah. It's interesting to see what they'd be willing to give up for Ben Simmons and what the Sixers would want in return, because it says that they don't want a guy like Christian Wood. So that's interesting for sure. if they can get the right third team involved. Indiana Pacers. Oh, Gordon Hayward makes a lot of sense there. That it makes a lot of sense there, man. Like a lot. Realistic trade. I don't think I get it. This is more of a clickbait type thing, but Dorian's been on like a lot of these trades. I don't understand or see why the Mavericks want to do that. He's a guy that has improved his game, super solid defensively, has improved his three-point shot, super tough. You need those types of guys with Luka Doncic. Like, they're trying to add to him. Like, I don't understand why they would want to give him up unless it's, for another star player in some type of package. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Andrew says Orlando should trade for Simmons. That's another real interesting place. Orlando has the pieces to make that happen, for sure. The Pacers is a franchise. Yeah. Caris LeVert on the market. That's interesting, man. I think so. For Gordon there. Gordon. And then the LA Clippers. Valanciunas. Oof. Nurkic. Kemba. Stop with the Kemba Walker cap, man. Nurkic and Valanciunas. So, if they make a move for Valanciunas or Nurkic, you're telling your fans that you're trying to win this year too. Like, at least make the playoffs, which is super realistic. Man, I don't know. Like, what are they willing to give up? Because, again, Kawhi's out for the year. Paul George currently sidelined with an elbow injury. The Clippers' offense has predictably struggled this season. Serge Ibaka hasn't been the same player coming off-season back surgery either, so looking to upgrade the center position should be a priority for Los Angeles. So this is more of a move for next year, per se, not necessarily this year. Because I don't see these guys coming in as cheap, so we'll see. But to me, this is a move that you make for next year. Because next year, you're locked and loaded. Valanciunas, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, that's a championship caliber team, without question. So I get it. The Lakers, dream target. Eric Gordon, no question about it. Be a great fit there. Kenrich Williams, maybe. Lou Williams, potentially. That's not a bad fit. But as it says here, the Lakers don't have enough trade assets. They don't have enough trade equity. So that's interesting. Especially because they gave up everything for that AD trade. Gordon would just be a great fit. But what do they want to give up for him? That's the real question. What do the Rockets want in return? The Memphis Grizzlies. Again, another name that you can throw out there is definitely Buddy Hield, the guy that they really want. But do they have enough assets to pry him away from the Kings like they did in the offseason with Kuzma and with Montrez? But right now, who knows? The Memphis Grizzlies, one of my favorite teams right now. They are fun. Dream target, Jaylen Brown. I've been talking about this for a month now. That would be nice. Like Jaylen Brown on the Grizzlies with John Morant. Holy moly. That would be beautiful to watch. Realistic target, Robert Covington. Would love that as well. Sneaky target, Marvin Bagley. Please take him. Don't understand why, but okay. Okay. Again, sneaky, stupid, whatever you want to call that. That is ridiculous. But again, let's go back to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, you probably have to give up, what's his name? The kid from TCU. He's the most improved player. One of the most improved players this year. Baines. Baines would be involved in that. Lots of picks would be involved in that. But you're making that push right now, man. And this team is hot. And they're locked and loaded. They have their foundational pieces, right? The piece and Jaw, JJ, Jaren Jackson pretty much. And then you add Jaylen Brown to that. Oof. That's a tough team to beat. That's going to be fun. This is fun, man. That would be super fun. And again, Robert Covington more on the no realistic side for sure. So yeah, I agree with that realistic target. And the sneaky again, Marvin Bag. That's just dumb to me. It's just there's no need for that. Miami Heat. Here we go. Everybody want Dorian, man. Like, yeah, duh. Dream target, duh. Torrey Craig, that's realistic. He's tough as hell. Like, he could be a good fit. But see, the Heat, they got a lot of pieces coming back. Like, no one's talking about Victor Oladipo. He's almost ready. Bam just came back about 3 games ago. He needs to get in game shape. Like, that team is going to be nasty to the end of the season. Like, they got a lot of good defenders. Paul Millsap, another sneaky target. I could see that. That could be a nice little pickup. But the Miami Heat are deep, man. There's gonna be dudes like Caleb, these guys that they just find these gems, and they just make them into really good players. Obviously, they put the work in, but they have the right culture in place. Dorian Smith would be amazing, but I don't see that happening. I don't see what they would have to give up for him. And again, why would the Mavericks want to give him up? Finney Smith is making just $4 million on an expiring deal. I can play either forward position. Getting him now would also allow Miami to go over the cap to resign him in the offseason, something that the Dallas Mavericks may not be able to do with Jalen Brunson in line for a juicy new deal. So I get it. Like, they're trying to say that they don't have enough money, but knowing Mark Cuban and knowing that he has, when you have a guy like Luka Doncic, it's championship or bust every single year. And when that happens, you have to go over the luxury tax. And I know that Mr. Cuban is not afraid to go over the luxury tax, especially being in the state of Texas. So, yeah, I'm not worried about having to pay Finney Smith 13 to 15 per season. Like, if he continues to play well, he'll earn that contract. So I'm not hesitant on that at all. And with Brunson being there, they could easily do a sign trade. The Milwaukee Bucks. Nerlens Noel. Okay. Doug McDermott. Ooh, that would be phenomenal. McBuckets there. Jalen Smith. He's playing well this year. Give him credit. I've been very critical on Jalen, but give him credit. Dougie McBuckets, that'd be a nice fit there as well. I think, I don't know about Nerlens. Well, makes sense. He's very versatile defensively. I just feel like a Doug McDermott would be more of the dream target, and then we can go realistic target Nerlens, and then sneaky target Jalen Smith. I get it. With Brook Lopez still recovering from back surgery, and with his effectiveness in question when he does potentially return. It makes sense. I think Noel makes a lot of sense for them. So to me, that's more of a realistic, and to me, Dougie is more of a dream. Dougie would be a great fit there. Just imagine Giannis kicking that out to him. Giannis has gotten a lot better with his left-hand passes. Wow, double overtime, right? Texas Tech and KU. I'm keeping my eye on that, man. I don't got money on that in the game right now, but I just might. Wow, 88-88, 2 overtimes. This has turned into a classic. Holy moly. Okay. The Timberwolves. Here we go. If you guys haven't liked, share, and subscribe, please do that now. What really helps us out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. So again, hit the like or dislike, man. Either way, helps out a lot. Dream target. Again, if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Basketball Zone. 33,000 views on the Alperon Şengün 3 months ago. Have not done well as of late with videos. Lack of inconsistency. Just, I don't get it. The content is good, right? Buy low, sell high, top stuff. NBA bets. Got you guys covered. NBA highlights. If you guys want a good podcast, are all here with great personalities. You know, the vlogs, more in-depth stuff. Lots of good stuff here. So please, and again, video breakdowns, which is what we enjoy. I don't understand why we got, not many views, 6.5 thousand on Shengun, but we need more views from you guys. We need more support. So really appreciate if you guys do. And obviously, the popular uploads 1.6 mil with Chris Mullen. This guy gets views. He's just a view magnet. He's just a view magnet. But yeah, man, let's keep going. Again, appreciate all the love and support, man. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Here we go. Minnesota Timberwolves. OG would be, no doubt, like a dream target. That would be insane if they can pry him away. I don't know if they do that. Toronto loves him. Realistic target, Larry Nance. That's a nice pickup for a lot of teams because Larry's a good player, man. And if he comes off your bench, especially with the Blazers, probably heading into rebuild mode. With so much uncertainty there again. With Dame, sneaky target, JaMychal Green. I can see that, but OG would be wow. Like that team is getting better. Every single day, they're improving, and just adding a guy like this would be just massive. Don't know how they would do it, unless they would have to give up like a cat, and then that would be kind of like not what they want in terms of trying to get better. It's more of a fit thing at that point, but I think their team is headed in the right direction. If you just add this guy, do you give up D'Lo, but do they want D'Lo? Like it's all these questions, right? Like I don't think they do. I think the Raptors is just waiting for a mega deal to happen. That's where you use a guy like OG, for a guy like a Kawhi Leonard type deal. But if you're not getting that type of guy, I don't see why you give up on OG. There's just no way. OG is he's just too good of a player. Doing the Kings soon. The Pelicans. Oh, De'Aaron Fox, dream target. Here we go. Things are about to get juicy. Okay, realistic. Colin Sexton. Okay, sneaky. THT. Okay. What the Raptors do? OG and Holmes for a pick? No. OG is just too good, bro. De'Aaron Fox. Though this season is mostly a wash, as Zion Williamson still recovering. Pelicans can still buy players at the deadline. However, they'll need to target young players who are under contract for the next year and beyond. Our reports to Kingland build around Fox instead of trading him is actually true. Should we find out? Getting Fox. What do they want to give up, though? That's the real question. I mean, yeah, if I'm them, like if I'm New Orleans, I'm definitely inquiring. Like, no doubt. You put Fox and Zion together, you probably have to give up Ingram in that deal. But we'll see. And then in terms of Colin, I don't know. I mean, you have what the hell is his name right now, man? I'm stepping on his mind, but let's see. Let me see what they got. The Pelicans. Box score. You got Devante Graham. That's the name I was slipping on. So you got Graham, undersized, scoring, point guard. He's really a shooting guard in the point guard's body. Same with Colin Sexton. He's a little bit better. He's not the shooter that Devante is in terms of big-time buckets, like from range, from anywhere, really. I don't see how that's like an improvement on a lot of levels because you're going to have to pay him a lot more money. It's more of a linear move. It's like this, right? Don't see it. Here we go with THT. It makes sense. All right, let's move on. New York Knicks. DeJounte Murray. Not happening. But if it did, wow. That would be insane. DeJounte Murray is borderline like Star. Like he's right there. If he's not there already, he probably is, man. Like DeJounte's having a historic season. Stay tuned for my breakdown this Friday, man. It's gonna be lit. Definitely check that out. It's gonna be a good video. Goran Dragic makes a lot of sense. Reggie Bullock, that's funny. That is funny. He's definitely have not lived up to his $30 million deal, but a reunion may be good for both sides. That could be true. That could be true, and then they can free up some money for, say, a guy like Dory Smith. Yeah, that could be true. Sneaky trade, sneaky target. Reggie Bullock with DeJounte to the Knicks would be insane, bro. Like, he's nasty, man. Like, he's really good. Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay, Trent Jr. Makes sense. Mo Bamba makes sense. Serge Ibaka does not make sense, but I understand it from a sentimental perspective. They have a lot of assets. They can entice them. It just depends on what the Raptors want. That's interesting though, to want to get a guy like Gary Trent Jr. to add more shooting around a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So I do like that. Orlando Magic, Patrick Williams. That's interesting. Cedi Osman, very interesting, and Kelly Oubre Jr. See, like, where are the Magic right now? If I'm them, I go out and get Ben Simmons, bro. Like, I'm just trying to add more talent to my roster, and I have the youth to do it, right? Terrence Ross probably gone. Markelle Fultz returns from a torn ACL. Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be fun, man. They're very young and they're fun to watch. The Philadelphia 76ers. Dream target, Bradley Beal. Okay, I like that. Gets me excited. What are they willing to give up, though? That's the real question. And Ben Simmons is a deal that I am looking at, because if I'm Washington, why on earth wouldn't I get something out of, pretty much nothing? Because Bradley Beal going to walk. I'm telling you right now, like, Bradley Beal is going to walk if you don't move him. And that could be a deal. Like, that's a real thing, bro. Like, that's without question. Final scores 109, 115. Okay. Interesting. NBA was a little bit crazy today. Let's see. You can see this college basketball again. 93-91. Holy moly. Kansas, Texas Tech becoming an instant classic there. Halftime, Arizona State and USC, 31-24. But yes, Bradley Beal to the Sixers would be just a dream. Like, that is dangerous written all over that team. Ready to win the championship now. Realistic trade, Bogdanovich. That would be a great move for them. Sneaky trade, Joe Ingles. That'd be a great move for them. What are they willing to give up, though? That's the real question. But yes, pairing Beal and Embiid would be just a nightmare for the rest of the Eastern Conference. They would become. Are they the best? Like, are they better than the Bucks? I guess on paper they would be, but the Bucks are so good still, man. Like, the Bucks at full strength, they're so good. But they're right there. Like, they're going to 7 games for sure. Like, it's tough, but that would make them, like Vegas would put them up there on top for a team coming out of the East for sure. All right, Phoenix Suns. Josh Hart would be a phenomenal get for them. Like, that would be a dream target, realistic target. That he's young, very good target for them. He's solid. If that's realistic, that's very good for the Suns. Sneaky target, Harrison Barnes. Okay, this is where things are interesting, because that is a great pickup. Josh Hart and Harrison Barnes should be dream targets for this team. What are they willing to give up for him? I don't know, but if they can land a guy like HB who has championship experience on the team that just came out the finals, that lost in heartbreak fashion to the Milwaukee Bucks. Those two guys improve your roster on so many levels defensively. You're right, like the versatility defensively, the versatility offensively. HB gets you a bucket when you need a bucket, and starting HB with Mikal Bridges would just be nasty. That's all I gotta say. Wow, and then you bring Jay Crowder off the bench. Oof, that's tough. The Portland Trailblazers. Okay. Wow, Kansas beat Texas Tech by 3, 94-91. What a game. What a game. The Blazers. Okay, Miles Turner. Makes sense. Derek White and Mitchell Robinson. Wow, this season looks like a waste for the 18-26 Blazers, especially with Lillard sideline following abdominal surgery. Portland should be stockpiling defenders for a run next year. Makes a lot of sense. Miles Turner makes a lot of sense for the Blazers. What are they willing to give up is the real question here. Mitchell Robinson would be a great pickup for them too. These are realistic for them. Derek White, he's just a good player, man. He'd fit anywhere. So, yes. I just don't know what they have to give back, though, right? For a guy like Derek White. We'll see. The Sacramento Kings. Let's go. Let's go. Mikal, Cameron J plus. Come on, bro. You're adding Harrison Barnes to Mikal. You're not going to give up Mikal. I would never give up Mikal for Harrison Barnes. Mikal's a better player now, and he's way younger. Like, it's nice to dream, for sure. For sure. But that's not happening. Dream target, Domantas Sabonis, Indiana Pacers. Is he the dream target, or is the dream target Ben Simmons? Tobias Harris, oof, that one hurts. And Jordan Noah from the Bucks. I actually love that move. Like, I really do. Noah, 23, hasn't gotten a chance to break out while playing on a veteran-heavy Bucks squad, but the second-year forward should have a far bigger role in Sacramento. He's showing promising scoring ability and has a terrific 6'8", 225. Yes, that is a guy that I have not heard much of in the trade circuits. That makes a lot of sense for the Kings. That would be a sneaky, very good target. Like, Jordan would be nice. Again, he is behind a lot of good players on that squad. So and he's getting run on that squad. So, man, like, that would be great. Again, Tobias Harris, I don't think he's much better than Harrison Barnes, if at all. Like, there is a debate that Harrison Barnes is a better overall player, while Tobias is a better offensive player. HB is a better defensive player, and he's on, half of the price. Even though HB is a tad overpaid, my gosh, is Tobias Harris very overpaid. So that's the fine line for me. Like, I like Tobias, but I can't justify what he's getting paid. So if I have to take him back in the Ben Simmons trade, yes, I'll do it. But if it's just trading for him, come on, man. Like, that would be the most Kings thing ever. Like, that's a Kings thing ever. Like, if there was ever a Kings, it would be that. Without question. Without question. The Spurs. Pj Washington, dream trade. Evan Fournier, and then Porzingis. That would be nice, actually. Porzingis on the Spurs would be real nice. I guess that's where Derek White goes in and all these type of deals. But yes, Pj Washington, nice player to have, would be a stud there. I do like him going to the Spurs culture. So yeah, I don't know if the Hornets get rid of him though, because of his connection and his chemistry with LaMelo Ball. I know they really value that. So I don't know. Toronto Raptors. Yeah. Montrezl Harrell, Kobe White, Jakob Pertl. No, I don't know why I came up with this. Now I know what his name is. Like this whole time, like Jakob Pertl. No, yes, Jakob Pertl would be a great fit for the Raptors. Their type of player, international stud defensively. He's the right guy. I think it happens. Like I really do. That is the guy they get. That's the guy who's gonna take them to wherever they're at in the standings right now, to like a top 6 solidified team. I could see it happening. Like they're ready to make that move, in my opinion. Utah Jazz, Jeremy Grant. That would be a nice fit there. Like that would be real nice. Justin Holiday, and then Goga. Don't really care. I like Justin, but Jeremy Grant for the Jazz would put him over the top in terms of being the favorite. In my opinion, if healthy, if they don't have to get rid of like their main guys, like if they're adding Jeremy Grant, right, and giving them maybe one of their young players and some picks, they're going for it. Like they're all in. Let's win the championship type thing. That is a move that I would do. Like that is a move that I would do. What would they have to do to give him up though? Oof. We'll see. We'll see, man. But Jeremy Grant, to me, makes the Jazz, if they can keep their guys intact, makes the Jazz the favorite. Now that's crazy because the Warriors are right there. That's tough. I don't want to retract on that, but I'm just a big fan of the Jazz and what they do. It's tough. I mean, they're so good. The Suns are really good, and the Warriors. It's gonna be interesting, man. Like, are the Warriors gonna make a move? Are they content? Right? Are they content with what they got right now? It's fascinating, man. But Jeremy Grant, bro, he elevates the Jazz like that. That would be a great move. Last one, the Washington Wizards. John Collins, Eric Gordon, Grant Williams. Some interesting players. John Collins getting Russell Westbrook's contract gave the Wizards a ton of flexibility moving forward, and the team should be a buyer at the deadline. Makes a lot of sense. Outside shooting has been an issue for Washington all season, so targeting some elite floor spacers is a must. That's crazy because they got a great floor spacer there too. Collins would be a fun power forward to play off of Bradley Beal, as he is hitting 42% from his threes this season. He's under contract for the next 5 years and should help convince Beal to re-sign this summer. Doesn't happen. He's gone. If I'm them, I get Ben Simmons, man. Like, stop playing. Gordon makes sense as a sixth man. Like, Gordon makes sense on a lot of teams, right? That's just what it is. Like, Lakers should trade for Simmons. That would be crazy. I would hate them for it. I just don't see that. There's no way. Like, if they can't get Jeremy Grant, there's no way in hell they get Ben Simmons. And that's just the truth, right? There's just no way in hell that they get Ben Simmons. So, yeah, man, that was fun. Again, if you guys haven't liked the video, disliked it, please do right now. Share it with all your NBA fans, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It was fun, yo. Doing this. These Bleacher Report articles are always fun. Every NBA team's top 3 deadline targets. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed the conversation with you guys. For people who watch us after as well, thank you guys so much. And on behalf of the entire Basketball Zone family, we'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.